Hello, my friends. I want to show you how to work with permanent marker, or any marker for that fact. When you take out a marker, whether it is a Crayola marker or a different brand marker, or even a permanent marker, you're going to notice that when you uncap the marker, there is a spot on the end for you to place the marker. This is so we don't lose the cap. I want you to also notice how the point on this marker is sharp. We want to keep that point all the time. So when we think about markers, I know sometimes I say this is what a happy paintbrush looks like. That's a sad brush. That's a sad brush. We want to keep a happy paintbrush. Well, we want to keep a happy marker. Unhappy markers happen when people push down too hard. Sometimes people think that if they press down on the paper nice and hard, that means the marker is going to get darker. That is not the case. So think of it this way. If I have a happy marker and my marker is pointing nice and straight, the ink is going to easily be able to flow from the body of the marker down through the point to go onto the paper. If I press really hard on that marker, what happens is that marker gets pushed in and it creates almost like a stopper and it keeps the ink from flowing. So now instead of the ink flowing, now the ink is kind of caught up all in through here. So when we use our permanent marker, we want to make sure that we use a very light pressure so that we're always keeping that point nice and sharp. And if you're able to keep your points of your markers nice and sharp, your markers are actually going to last longer and they're not going to feel like they're constantly running out of ink. So when you start, you're going to uncap your marker, place your cap on the back end, then go ahead and use the marker. Very, very light pressure. I am not pushing down. I am barely touching the paper and I'm letting the ink just flow through the marker. When you're done, take the cap off the end, place it back on. Do you see this little gap right here? That means the marker's not closed. So make sure you push that all the way in so the black and the gray and the marker cap, sometimes they click. This one's not going to click, so you just have to make sure that the two of them meet all the way. And then you are done. You'll be returning your marker to its correct storage bin. So that's how you're supposed to be using markers. Light pressure, not heavy.